Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. You're here with Diva. I hope you're all safe and healthy in this time. So today's card reading is a three card spread reading. It could be connected to relationship. So you with the other person and what is happening with the relationship. I will also be reading this in many dimensions. Okay, so what I mean in dimensions, if you're single, it could also apply to you. If you want to know about yourself, it can also apply for you. If it's connected to relationship, it will also apply to you. And if it's a three-way thing, so if there's you, another person, and a third person, I could also read it that way. So what we're going to be doing today, it's more what you need to know either about yourself, about the situation you're facing, about the relationship situation, or about the three-way situation. Okay, it could be third-party reading, it could be your person and their mother or their father, your person and the other person too. Okay, so I'm gonna be reading this in 4 different ways with 3 card spreads. Okay, so I'm gonna be laying the cards and each deck will have only 3 cards and it will apply to any single one of you. So I don't know, I will ideally go with the situational first, then the personal reading, which is you yourself. You want to understand what's happening within your mind, your body, and your spirit. It can be about the relationship, the other person who your partner or the other person you're inquiring about, and the relationship. And the fourth option will be a three-way thing. Okay, so I will be creating one spread, but I will be reading it in 4 different ways. Okay, so mainly the subject today is what you need to know about your case you came here for. Okay, so it will be a big ass new thing I'm gonna be incorporating. Perhaps it's me getting out of my comfort zone completely, so we're gonna see. Okay, so welcome everyone. If you will find what I do helpful, you can definitely you can definitely comment down, you can definitely subscribe to the channel, you can definitely donate to my channel. Okay, for private readings, I'm working on it. I think there's a way I will bring forth a new application for the payment method, since many of you seem to not really find PayPal useful or reliable, let's say, as a website, which is true. I agree. So I'm going to be making some changes on the way I manipulate things. Okay, so stay tuned to that. Okay, so today you have 6 piles. Choose with your intuition. You can go with each deck. I will show you the type. Okay, for some of you who don't know them, you have pile 1, which is the Fountain Tarot right here. So this is the Fountain Tarot. It looks like this. Okay, this is the Fountain Tarot. Then you have the Golden Universal, which is pile 2. It looks like this. You have the Empress and you have the Magician on the other end. Okay. You have a pile 3, which is Dancing in the Dark. It's more theatrical, as I initially mentioned in my previous videos. And you have the Chariot. So you have the Fool on the initial card and this side, and you have the Chariot on the other. Okay. The pile 4 is the traditional Rider Tarot deck, the Magician only. The pile 5 is the Light Seers Tarot. So you have the High Priestess on this end and nothing else. Okay, so it's basically this one. This is what it looks like. And the final deck is vice versa. Okay, so you have the Queen of Cups on the first page, and the versa of it is technically her back. This is what it looks like. Okay, so this is pile 6. So you have 6 piles. You can definitely go to your timestamps. Okay, they're all present in the description box. Okay, so you can go and do that. So here we are. We're gonna start with Fountain Tarot. I'll just put it back. I'll put it here. And we're gonna just bring it like this. So let's see. I'll just put it so that you'll see that I'm shuffling them. If you don't want to see the shuffling, guys, you can definitely fast forward this. No problem with that. Okay. Here we are. Now, I'm just gonna choose past, present, and near future. Okay, so there's two major arcanas, and below the deck we have the 9 of Coins. Okay, so we'll just put it here so you'll see them all. Bear with me, we're gonna just make it bigger. Here we are. Okay, so this is the back. You don't need to see the back of the deck. So first one will be, we're gonna read this in the form of a situational. Okay, so it's more the situation you're facing. Okay, so it's more about you facing a situation and you want to know what you need to know, technically, right? So with the 7 of Coins, in the past you were quite patient. You were always juggling, feeling left out in the cold. So this one, it could be career-wise, as it could be in many situations. So just picture yourself in your own situation, and in the past, how you felt or what you used to do, or what was your resolution or your way of behaving towards the situation, was that you were very patient. So you were the patient type. You didn't complain a lot. You didn't become a burden in your work environment, your school environment, your community environment, and you would always try to fit in. Okay, so that's one thing I understood. So you would always fit in. You would not, like, you wouldn't create arguments, or you wouldn't confront things because you were the patient type. Okay, but you're the hopeful type. You didn't create those kind of conflicts because you didn't want to, like, ruin a situation, or ruin your connection with other people, technically. And you would juggle situations, technically. You would juggle rejections, you would juggle, technically this one, there's a lot of dynamic of either you wanting to belong to a community, but then again, knowing that if you didn't follow, okay, you couldn't lead a situation, you couldn't lead a group technically, but you weren't comfortable being a follower technically. But then again, you had your own individuality, but you repressed expressing yourself technically because you wanted to be patient with the situation. Right now, in the present moment, what's happening is that perhaps in the past, because you were the patient type, you were more the observant type. Okay, we're going to say you were more observant because you wanted to test the waters of people, and you wanted to understand what you had in front of you, okay? What type of people you had in front of you, what type of work you had to do. So technically this one, it's more like in the past, you were the type of person, or you were doing this. You were following the lead, but then again, you wanted to learn. So it was more like a lesson or an element of learning, okay? Your environment, your community environment, your workplace, your school. In the present moment, there's this element that deep down, you feel like you don't have things under your control, technically. You want to have things under your control, though. Okay, so that's how you're feeling, or that's what you're thinking, okay? You want to trick people, but you're not doing so. You feel like you're being tricked here. So there's two main ways I'm gonna look at this. The first one is more like you feel defeated somehow. You feel like people don't find you as a, like a, what do you call it? Like a person, you know, when you're too go with the flow with everybody, people start walking over you because you're going way too you're going with the flow of things, right? You don't mention things, you're not complaining, you're not arguing, you're not confronting things. So people are like looking at you as if you're nothing that they need to worry about, kind of thing. But that in itself perhaps is triggering you somehow. It's bothering you that people are not like looking at you as if like you're a force to be reckoned with, kind of thing. Okay, like they're just taking it easy with you. Perhaps you're like an easy, I'm not gonna say it's the easy target, but you've realized that you've been easy target for certain things, but then again you knew that you wanted to learn in the past. That's why you didn't mention anything. But in the present moment with the Empress card, there's this element of in the near future you're gonna decide to be like the good person, but then again be respected still for being the good person. So this one, it's not that you're not gonna confront people, it's that if people are gonna confront with you, or they're gonna confront you, or they're gonna try to take a view, let's say, you will give it to them, but then again you will gain their respect, because the Empress is like the queen, it's like the empress. She is the one that has power. She is the loved one. She is a respected one. So be it you're a guy or a girl, you will be respected in the near future in this situation, okay? Be it you're feeling like people are not like seeing you eye to eye, let's say, or people are like not knowing what your value is. Technically in the near future you will be stepping in your power as a person, because you learned, you sacrificed, let's say. In the initial phase, perhaps in the past, you sacrificed. You're going to look at it in the form of you sacrifice yourself, but you had to do this, right? Right now, though, what other people don't know that you know also is that you do have the power to manipulate the whole situation. You can manipulate the people that are in the environment because you learned about them. You know about their family situations or their family issues. You know what the work is. You might not need the help. And even if you need the help, because you have gained the experience with the patient element in the past, you know you can manipulate things, okay? You can put actions that will give outcomes, be it positive or negative. You will work, and you know how hard you can work, etc. You will speak your mind, and you know how to speak your mind, or you know what to expect if you're speaking or expressing yourself or giving your opinions about the workload or the community environment. And you also have, like I said, about the actions you were going to put, the opinions you were going to give, or the thought, the ideas you would express, the hard work you know that you need to put, and the hard work that you know they expect from you. You know you can manipulate many things, but they don't see you that way, but that's also bothering you, this one. But in the near future, when you step into your power, because you learned, this was a very long process of learning and understanding and absorbing what the work environment, the community vibe is all about, the expectations is all about, etc. So once you already know it, okay? So but in the near future you're gonna step into your power, okay? And you will radiate that love energy, okay? So you're gonna be known as a very loving, fertile, abundant, prosperous co-worker, person in the community environment, etc. Okay, so that's the situational element. The personal one, this one is more you with your mind, you with your body, and you with your spirit. So your spirit is definitely very loving. I feel the energy going spiritually. It's a very good energy to have with the Empress. Your body, it's technically the Magician. It's not, it came in reverse technically, so it's not a very, I'm not gonna look at it in the form of positive, negative, but I feel like it's not in your control. You feel like your body is not in your control, and your mind. So mentally, let's say you feel like this one, you know, you need to juggle rejection. This one, personally, you know, you have to juggle rejection, or you need to face rejection, but you need to be patient with rejection, okay? So feeling left out in the cold, or feeling like the outsider in any kind of situation. In the body element, physically, you feel like you don't, like have control over your body. You don't have control over your behaviors. You want to have control over your thoughts, your mind, your expression, how you're expressing with yourself with other people, or how you're expressing your own truth or your own ideas. So for some of you have a lot of blockages physically. Let's say you don't feel at ease in your own body. You feel like your body is not listening to you. You can't control what you're eating. You're having difficulties doing exercises, putting yourself in the mood to exercise, putting yourself in the mood to kind of change your diet, perhaps this one, if you know, or you're kind of having some health issues, let's say, connected to not moving, physical pain, etc. Okay, so it could be those things. Or let's say you're in a halt, you're not in control of many things in your body. Okay, you feel like you're not, but just know, spirit wise, definitely, you know, you love yourself and your spirit is there to love you, you know, like, if you didn't know this, let's say, but it's insane for me to say this, but for some of you who would feel disconnected from your own spirit, then just know that your own spirit is there for you, your higher self, let's say. Okay, we're gonna go that way, and that you are love. Okay, so love is in you, technically. It's just that you haven't discovered it yet, or you know it's there. It's just you have to tap into it. Okay, so overall, what I would say is use the love that you have towards yourself to help you get in the mood to exercise, stretch your body, stretch your muscles. It's change your diet if you need to change your diet. Put the efforts there. If you want to express yourself and you're having difficulties, start painting, start drawing, start sewing, start knitting. There's many things you can do. Start dancing if you need to. No matter how silly you look, you have to do it, okay? Because of the Empress energy, okay? Right here, the Empress energy. Okay, so spiritual, you are set, okay? Just remember that you're loved and you love yourself, and that this love can definitely make you have a more disciplined lifestyle if you wish for it, okay? And yes, being patient and all, but do not repress yourself, okay? And if you're having difficulty not saying those things to your family members, or not saying the things, or like releasing the stress elements, for some of you, can take a journal and journal these things, okay? So for some of you, if it's hateful things, you can definitely write them down. But remember that when you're writing hateful things, you have to still think positive things so that you won't manifest hateful things in your life, okay? I know it's hard, but then again, whenever you're writing those hateful things, if you're crying, it's a good sign. But remember that when you're writing the negative things, you're releasing them, but you're gonna be replacing them with positive thoughts, okay? It's very important. And once you've written and you finalize that negative, let's say, journal, it's like a detox element, but you have to burn it down and watch it burn, okay? It's very important that you do that. You can take a cleansing bath afterwards. Lukewarm water will do, okay? Or cold water is the best. Or a bath if you wish, okay? But remember that you've released and you've burned all these negative thoughts, and that you will kind of restart your day new, okay? But if you need to somehow face it or release it, I seek professional advice for that, okay? I can't like advise people on it, because sometimes you have to face it with the person, but then again, not all the time, okay? It depends. It varies for that one. That's the personal dynamic. Now relational, okay? So this one is more you are the 7 of coins here. The other person is the Magician in reverse, and then relationship is the Empress. Okay, so the Empress is a very nice card to have. It's either you're in a relationship, the woman is pregnant, okay, or both of you, if you're a woman, you wish to get pregnant. Now, if it's a male and a female I'm talking about, or I'm talking to about two gay people, like it could be two men, it could vary, okay? So I cannot label any of it. I'm gonna say, you know, if you're the straight person, you know, if you're the gay person, you know, if you're the lesbian person, okay? This one. So overall, the relationship, if there's a pregnant woman involved, there is definitely a pregnant woman involved. Now, if there's no pregnant woman involved, the Empress card symbolizes love for me, okay? She is fertility. She is a symbol of beauty. So there is beauty in this relationship. There is love in this relationship. There is harmony in this relationship, okay? And there's abundance in this relationship. And there's an availability, emotional availability. Presence element is there. So both of you are present in the relationship. You show up to each other, etc. With the 7 of coins, okay, so I'm gonna say you, the person, you're thinking that any moment this guy or this girl can definitely break up with you, this one, and you're patiently waiting for them to mention it, this one, okay? So there's a vibe of you feeling like you're juggling or you're being juggled here. So it could be that you yourself are juggling this person, or you're feeling like a person is juggling you. But you are juggling them because you're afraid of facing rejection, or this person, you are not giving the rejection to this person. That's why you're juggling it. So there's an element of you're patient, okay? So there's either I'm the one who's being patient and I'm thinking that I'm going to be left out in the cold any moment. It's either I'm juggling my person and I don't want to feel bad, or I want to guilt trip about the fact that, you know, I don't want to break up. I want to break up with them, but I'm not, kind of thing. So this one, it could vary based on what type of situation you guys have. Now, overall with the relationship, I feel like the relationship is in a good place. So I wouldn't think that you would want to break up with them. I wouldn't think you should worry about the fact that they're gonna break up with you, this one. Now, if you want to break up with them, even though you have love in the relationship, it's completely up to you, but that's the vibe I'm feeling here, okay? Now, the other person is the Magician in reverse. Now, the Magician in reverse, I'm not the trickster, okay? Even though you think I'm the trickster type, you think that I have all my shit together, you think that I'm like kind of like, it's either you see me this way or I am like this, okay? So for some of you, perhaps you want to break up with them because you feel like your person doesn't have their shit together. That's one thing I feel here. The other one, in some way, it's more like you think that your person is a trickster, but they're technically not the trickstery type, okay? So this one, there's a two-way things. Either you know your person doesn't have control over their pentacles, their money. You know that your person doesn't have any control over what they're saying, their opinions. So what they say in general is not necessarily their own opinions. It's the opinions of their parents or their friends. You know, sometimes it's like that. For some of you, you know that your person doesn't know what the truth is, their own truth as a person, okay? For some of you, you think that your person doesn't put the necessary efforts towards the relationship, etc. So there's a lot of like element of either you know this about your person, or you're thinking that your person is gonna, you know, because there's a two-way thing, okay? It's either you're thinking your person is gonna break up with you because they're not putting the effort, they're not telling the truth, they're not kind of like financially stable, they're not like emotionally available, perhaps. This one could vary, okay? But the overall relationship, there is love here. So for some of you, there's like a detachment, or there is love. So I'll say it's pure love, or I'll say that it's genuine love. But for some of you, perhaps you've been tolerating the fact that this person, whoever the Magician is not putting the efforts, or is not confessing, is not expressing themselves. Hence why you feel like they're not emotionally available, etc. Okay, so this one is a bit like that, okay? As in, it could also be in the form of you're still single, you're dating this guy or this girl, but then again, nothing seems to be working, but there is genuine love here. You know, it's like that. This is the situation with the relationship. Now, the three-way thing, okay? So person 1, person 2, and person 3. So there's this one, I don't know how I'm going to read this person reading, okay? So person 1 is a very patient person, okay? Patient 1, person 1, I was gonna say patient 1, but it could also be patient. Then perhaps I could be talking to a doctor and you're facing 3 different people. You have a pregnant woman, okay? You have a man who has no control over their body, their emotions, their thoughts, or you consider this man to be like a previous trickster now gone bad, okay? Like, so this one is more like a second person who's like, who used to have their shit together, now they don't, okay? So it's more like their life is a mess. They can't talk, they can't express themselves easily, they're more depressed, they feel like nothing is going the way they wanted, nothing is going the way they're manipulating it. Like this one, it's I'm not manipulating, I'm not putting the efforts, I'm not emotionally available and all, okay? So this one, basically, it could be like a 3-way love triangle. Could be, okay, I'll just read it and you just need to know about it, okay? So person 1 is technically 7 of coins, okay? So person 1 is a very patient person. It's a very hardworking type of person. It's a person that's more repressed, okay? It's more the type that you'll see quiet on the side, working on its own things. Doesn't ask a lot of questions except if they really need it, because they rather do a good job than to make mistakes, okay? So person 1 is more the type that's new in the work environment, but it's a hardworking type, okay? So we do see a lot of potential in them. It's just that they're the more they juggle the work, okay, and they juggle the situation where they might need to face rejection. So it's not like a permanent worker kind of person, it's more like an intern, okay? So it's that vibe for person 1. Person 2 with the magician in reverse, it's more like a person who used to be a trickster, who used to be a player, who used to be, I don't know, like a handsome person who was very good with his own words. He would trick people, he would manipulate people, he would laugh on people, he would ego trip with people, perhaps this one, but also had shit in his life going his way. But right now things have turned, perhaps life, they're not in a good environment, or they kind of had an accident, God, never know. They kind of faced bankruptcy or something of the sort that really like turn their lucks around, okay? So overall, it's a person that feels like in the present moment, whenever you're watching this, doesn't have their shit together, okay? Like they don't talk, they're not emotionally available, they don't have money, they don't know how to act, how to behave with people, and like some people think that they're very like wicked and true, let's say, but technically right now in the way life is treating them, they are not that way, okay? So this is one thing you have to know about person 2. And person 3 here, it's a woman who's pregnant for her first, second, third, fourth child. It could be her first, the second, the third, the fourth, or it could be her first, or it's a very abundant, prosperous, wealthy woman. She's very beautiful, very talented. She has a big heart, okay? So this is what you're facing, okay? And you yourself could perhaps the 9 of coins here, okay? So the 9 of coins is this energy here that you're facing, okay? So varies, okay? So this is all I had for pile 1, okay? I had all the options I mentioned, and that's all, okay? So that's it, pile 1. Now pile 2, whoever chose the Golden Universal Tarot, welcome to your reading. I hope you're all safe and healthy in this time. So whoever chose this one, let us create the Celtic spread. and then we'll read for you all 4 ways. Okay, so it's more your own self, you, the situation, in the present moment, the past, etc. So I'll just shuffle in front of the camera. Okay. Let's just do the viewers need to know about the situation, okay? Okay, so past, present, near future. Okay. And in the middle, we have moderation, but in reverse. Okay, so I'm going to go more traditional way of reading this instead of my way. My way is different, but then again, because I'm doing a 3 spread reading, it's more understandable that I'll go more traditional. Okay, so having the karma card in reverse in the past, so many things didn't go the way you wanted them to go. Okay, that's one thing. And the present moment right now, you feel like you're in burden, you have to work harder, and to achieve your dream, to achieve your goals, it's taking a lot of hard work, but you know you're responsible presently. And in the near future, with the 4 of Cups, I'm sensing that somehow, because you've been working hard, you will not refuse a love offer. Okay, so this one, there's an element of perhaps you're a single man or a single woman, and luck was not in your way in the past. Okay, so perhaps luck was not in. Okay, so this one, it could be a love reading technically, for the first option for you, the situation in your life presently. In your life, you were not lucky. Okay, luck was not on your side till now. Okay, in the present moment, you know what responsibility is. Okay, it's either you purchase your own home, either you have a stable work environment, you work hard, you have a permanent position, but you're working hard for it. Okay, so you know what having burdens means. Okay, you're a responsible human, female or male, whoever you are, whichever sexual identity you have. And in the near future, you are not going to refuse a love offer. Okay, so that's one pile. Okay, so the situation you're facing. Now, a personal element. This one, it's more about you, yourself only. Okay, it's not about the situation you're facing in your life. Okay, so in your mind, you have the karma card, which is in reverse. So for some of you, perhaps you don't know what karma is. You never believed in it, perhaps, or you don't understand how karma works. This one, but you felt like because you didn't understand how karma works, or you didn't go with the flow of your life, or you didn't go with the flow of karma, perhaps this one, things didn't go your way. But this one, your mind, how am I gonna read this? 1 second, I need to think about it. The wheel of fortune in your mind. Okay, mentally, perhaps this one, you're not centered. Okay, so this, okay, I get it. Karma means centered. Okay, so centered, it's more like you're at the center of your life. Okay, so karma is like a wheel. Okay, so it's a wheel of fortune technically, but it's the wheel of life, the cycles of life, because life is in cycles. Okay, so each one of us have karmic cycles. Okay, now karmic cycles are in the form of menstruation cycles with the moon. Okay, for females, it could be in the form of masculine mental thought patterns, emotional behaviors, traumatic, you know, like in your life things have happened to you and it's destined for you to happen, and it's your cycle of life. So each one of us are born with karmic baggages, and we will need to kind of either, you know, ascend them kind of thing until the end of life, or repeat them over and over again, because life cycles are repetitive. Okay, so like the moon cycles, planetary cycles, star cycles, the solstices, the equinoxes, horoscope sign cycles, yearly cycles, monthly cycles, kind of thing. So this one is it's a lot of intense things, but I'm gonna go more simple here. I'm gonna go with the left and right hemispheres of your mind. Okay, sometimes when we're too much on the phone, okay, now I'm gonna tell you something that is very interesting, and only if you believe in it. Your hands are linked to your brain, okay? Your hands are 100% linked to your brain. Your feet are 100% linked to your brain. Your spine is linked to your brain. So based on how well you take care of your mental, how can I say it? It's not mental health, it's mind health, I'm gonna say. Doing mudras or doing Tai Chi. If you look at Tai Chi, they have a lot of like hand gestures, like they like touch the points, or they kind of like do this as exercises, or they like pinch the fingers like this. It stimulates your brains, okay? And there are certain exercises that you can do, like memory exercises like this. You can like do a lot of like other exercises with your hands that strengthen your mind, okay? And the more you're on the cell phone, the more you distract yourself at a younger age, it disconnects the circuits in your brain. Okay, so you can do a lot of research on this, you'll find it. So I'm gonna go with this more recent knowledge, perhaps, element, that your mind, you have not been taking good care of your mind. So you've been scrolling down YouTube all day long. You're always on TikTok, you're always watching something, you're not exercising, you're not taking good, like you're not exercising. Sometimes just a simple hand exercise or foot exercise, like just rotating your ankles, stretching your muscles, and all that kind of stuff, squatting, just like 10 minutes a day. You're not doing those things, okay? So it has a big impact on the mind, okay? So for some part, with the karma card in reverse, you're not taking good care of your mind, okay? So for some of you can do some researches about how you can take care of your mind, okay? So how to activate your left hemisphere with your right hemisphere. Do some breathing exercises, go outside, and not stay too focused on your cell phones, because for some of you might be working already and you need a computer for that. So you're already facing a screen, you're looking at the screen a lot, your hands are always touching something. For some of you, lithium elements are really not good for us, okay? I'm saying this, I'm aware of it. I use them myself, but I see, like, I feel less comfortable or I feel changes in my body whenever I use technology with high EMF radiations and all. So it's a lot of true elements you need to just wake up to. We are so unaware of these things, and it's so sad because at the end we're responsible for our own health, and we don't know what we are surrounded by, okay? So just kind of wake up to those things yourself, okay? So mind-wise, we just want you to understand that for some part you're not centered, okay? Like the way you think is not centered. It's either you're way too up in you're dreamy, you always dream and you don't focus, you have difficulty concentrating, that kind of stuff. For some of you, you have a known situation, so it's up to you. It's like for some you've accepted it. For some of you, there's a way like you can just take care of your mind health, okay? I'm not gonna say mental. It's not mental, this one. It could be mental, you don't feel centered, okay? So for some of you, it mentally you don't feel centered, and if you are having those issues, look, in my description box, I have put the Nadi Yoga, the Nadi Shuddhi. It's a breathing exercise, and it's meant to cleanse the nadis, which will have a big impact on your mind. If you want to go more deeper than that, I have the Isha Kriya, which is like it teaches you how to center yourself. You between your body, you between your mind, okay? So it's up to you if you want to go through them. or you would just want to kind of like be curious about them, it's up to you, okay? And for some of you, if you want to go deeper than that, there is in the inner engineering, which is a whole other process. It's very life-changing. If you want to go through it, it's still available, okay? So I just mentioning it like that, okay? So it's, for some of you, is this. In the present moment with the body, obviously, if the mind is not centered, the body will feel burdened, which is completely normal, okay? So you feel more burdened, you feel like you're exhausted, or you've worked way more. And for some of you, it's not because of the fact that you're not centered. It's because you've been working way too much that your mind needs to rest, okay? So you have to either strengthen your mind, either activate your mind before you go to work, either relax before going to work. Some ways could be like chanting mantras, meditating like 5 minutes before going to work or before starting your day. If you can't do it because of children or other responsibilities, it's more that situation, okay? So this one, it's up to you how you can discipline yourself to incorporate those things in your life, regardless of, be it you're a mother, you're not a mother, you're a busy person, etc., okay? It always comes from within. And then your spirit. So for some of you, this one, spiritually, this one, you're not in your element, okay? Like, you know it, you feel it, you feel detached, you feel like you're like a doll, you don't know what love you, okay? This one, honestly, I'm gonna tell you, please take a break, okay? So like, if you can't take a break, make sure that you're meditating. If you can't meditate, make sure that you just take, like, during the day, you have to just relax, okay? Like, I don't know how to kind of tell you this. Go to the gym. If it's not every day, do it once a week at least, okay? Find ways to calm your mind, calm yourself. If you're way too calm and you feel like nothing is happening in your life, which is only work, then like, ask your friends if they can hang out with you and just go to the spa. Perhaps it will be the solution here. This one, you need a day at the spa for some of you, absolutely, okay? Because your heart is craving love, okay? Like, your spirit is craving love, so you need to have a self-love element here, okay? Your spirit doesn't want to reject you, okay? So spirit wants to love you. The spirit wants you to love itself. Your body wants you to love itself. Your mind wants you to strengthen it, center it, you know, feel more, like, see things clearly. But for you to see things clearly, you have to, you know, detox, either smoothie wise, either like people wise. If you've been only isolating yourself, make sure that you talk with your mom, your dad, your friends. You go out like a Friday night, you go to the club if you need to go to the club, you need to dance the night away. I'm not gonna say drink alcohol because it will not center you at all, but you know, do something that is positive in your life. Do something that you want to do yourself, okay? It's very important for some of you here, this one, if we're going more personal. Now, if I'm going more in a relationship, okay, so if you're in a relationship with someone, this is you, this is your person, and this is the situation about the relationship. So relationship wise, both of you want to be loved, okay? So both of you do not want to reject each other. You want to find opportunities to love each other, okay? So this one, there's an element of you don't want to reject each other, you want to love each other, okay? So the relationship is like that. You I'm not gonna say on the other hand, you are coming in the form of a major arcana. So for some parts, your life is a mess. This one, you feel like nothing is going the way you want it to be. All your dreams are really like not in your hands. Nothing of what you envisioned in this present moment is happening. You don't feel centered in your life. You don't know what you want to do. You're a bit confused overall. That's how your energy is in the present moment, okay? You don't know what your targets are, okay? So this one, there's an element of you feel like life is doing you the service. This one, nothing is going the way you want it to go, okay? How about your friend, your partner, let's say this one? Your partner is working hard. Your partner has a goal of either winning the bread in the home, working hard overall. This one, he or she knows they are the more responsible type, this one. And I'm not saying this to offend anyone. It's just that in a relationship, you know that they're the breadwinner, okay? They're the more... I'm not gonna say it this way because it's not nice. I wouldn't like this to be said this to me if I wasn't this case. I'll just tell you that the person you're in a relationship with, his priority is the home, okay? So be it you guys are buying a home, you guys are engaged, you guys are in a relationship, you guys they're serious about you, we're gonna say, but they're serious about building a home, this one, okay? I don't know if you're part of the picture or you're not, but if you guys are in a relationship, your person has a target, okay? Their goal is to work hard to be responsible. So work hard to be the owner of a home, work hard to have a secure position, a secure annual salary kind of thing. So making sure that, you guys can live together in this world. So they're more focused on the work and they're burdened with the work. So overall, they're giving their 100% to their work. Okay, so they're work oriented right now. I want to say for both of you, that's how I'm kind of channeling it. Okay, so that's how the relationship is happening in the present moment. This is what you need to know. Now, person reading. Now, if in the case I'm talking to a person who's dealing with 3 other people, okay, so there's person 1, there's person 2, and there's person 3. Okay, so person 1, technically, as I mentioned, is a bit not centered, okay? Things are not going their way, and they're in a more depressive dynamic, okay? So it's more like you feel like things are not going your way. You feel more like you're having a midlife crisis kind of dynamics. You don't have set targets. You're more confused. You're more lost in your career. You're more lost in your social environment. When people ask you questions, you don't know what to answer them because you don't feel centered in yourself. So you don't feel like yourself. This one, there's an element of you don't feel like who you were before kind of thing. So you will need to change who you are, perhaps, this one. So there's an element of person 1 is going through a life-changing environment. For now, they're in a more darker space, but time will turn, okay? So time will take care of this person, okay? So overall, just know that this person is a bit more depressed, more anxious, more stressed, more confused, more detached, more lost. They don't see things clearly. It's happening. Sometimes it happens. Could be that they also they're in a phase. It could be that if they were to go to a therapist, the therapist will tell them that they have a certain syndrome, or they have this anxiety or post-traumatic situation, post-traumatic disorder kind of thing. It'll vary from one person to the other, as they don't need to have a mental or a overall life is not going their way right now. It's the simplest way. And they don't feel centered. They're more confused. Okay, because of things that have happened to them. It's their karma, okay? They're facing a lot of karma right now, person 1. Person 2 knows what their target is, okay? Person 2, you know what it is? It's a person that wants to either buy a house. They bought a house, they're paying debt. They have a family, they're working hard for the family, or they themselves are men and they're in that phase where They're putting action towards their future. Okay, so person 2 is the hardworking type of person. They will not go partying, they will not kind of go chilling and all that kind of stuff. They're more focused on saving all the money that they have, earn more, spend less kind of mentality. Okay, so it's more that dynamic your person 2 is going through. And person 3 overall is more, I'm not going to say lovesick, but it's the vibe that comes to mind, even though 4 of Cups in reverse is not that energy. Person 3 is ready to love, okay? Person 3 has many options. They still want more options, okay? So for some part, person 3 is ready to be in love, okay? We're going to go that way. That's it. That's all you needed to know. Okay, so that's it. That's all for pile 2. And all the people that came for pile 2. Okay. That's all. Thank you, pile 2. Hope it resonated. Now, pile 3, whoever chose Dancing in the Dark Tarot, welcome to your reading. I hope you're all safe and healthy in this time. So pile 3, let us see all the cases I have to go through. Okay, so it's a long reading. So we're gonna start off by talking about a situation. You facing a situation. Your past, your present, and your future. Okay, then I'm gonna go more personal reading. So if you want to stay for that, it's a personal reading. So I'm gonna go first card being your mind, then your body, and then your spirit. Okay, the third one, it's a relationship type of reading. Okay, so I'm going to be reading the three card spread in the form of you, your partner, and the relationship. And the fourth one is more a 3-way reading. So if you want to stay for the fourth one, it's about you. It's either about you or you're here for 3 different people. And I'm going to be reading about the 3 different people. Okay, one after the other. So stay tuned for which one you want to stay for. But if you want to know about the relationship one, it's going to be long. So if you want, you can fast forward it. But I will not divide them. Okay, I know each pile has 4 sides to it. Like 4 options in pile 3. But just listen to it. If you feel like it's not resonating, then definitely it's not the way to go. Okay, I'll see if I can separate them. Okay, I don't know if I will. We'll see. Okay, so pile 3, what do you need to know? What do you need to know about the situation? So for some of you, this card flipped. I'll just read it for you. It's either you or it's so this one is either a person is facing you with a truth and they're not gonna think, they're just gonna do it. Okay, so this one you just need to prepare yourself to face a truth, learn a truth that will come in the form of, it's either you need to confront this or a person is coming the vibe of a confrontation. Okay, so that's message for whoever wanted to hear it. Okay, if you don't have anyone like that, then it's definitely not for you. Okay, I'm done shuffling. Let us go. So 1 past. Okay, present. Oh my god. Why did they come in reverse? They're all in reverse. Okay, and we have the 2 of swords with the temperance card. I need to tap into that. Okay, so first way we're going to be reading this. Okay, I'm going to go more traditional because I'm drawn to doing it. So in the past, you never felt like you belonged in your community. Okay, in the present moment, you feel like nobody wants you. You don't want anyone. And in the near future, it's more like even if you wanted to start fresh, you don't know where to. This one is very depressing. Okay, so for some of you, you're in denial of the fact that you need to go through a healing process ASAP. Okay. Oh my god, who am I to say this? Like, you know, you understand, like, I can't say this to you guys, but I'm gonna say it. Okay, so for some, it's very negative Like, I'm not gonna say negative, it's not nice, it's not giving you that hope element, but overall what you need to know, you need to heal ASAP, okay? You need to heal this relationship issue you have with connection with other people, okay? You want to start new. Obviously you want to start new, okay? I understand that. I'm in that situation right now myself, okay? But what I'm using here is the mantra, the love mantra I say every night. It really helps a lot with this type of situation here, okay? So for some of you, just go in my description box. You'll see that I'm kind of like saying different things. Like I'm saying yoga nidra and yoga, oh my god, nadi shuddhi. There's the breathing exercise, there's the isha kriya, but what I'm talking about is the mantra, the love mantra. I would recommend you say it every night. You won't lose anything, just try it out, okay? Like, just say the loka samasta sokhino bhavantu 11 times before you go to sleep, and say it out loud, okay? Even though you don't understand what the words mean, the words say, may all creatures in this world, in this universe, be happy and free. That's what you're saying, but remember that you're part of it too. So how devotionally you say it, the more devotion will wake up within you. So when you're devotional towards yourself and you love yourself, it's the most important thing. It's the first thing that will guide you through to healing, okay? Self-healing dynamics, okay? And love is very healing. It's just that you need to get over the discomfort of believing that you deserve less than what you are technically. So this one, it's a hard one. There's a lot of tears that will come. There's a lot of you not wanting to go through it, but then again, I find uttering the mantra 11 times every night is a slow yet potent way of reaching that, okay? So you'll realize to what point you're starting to open up more to people, not feeling like you're the outsider in that dynamic, not feeling like you're not wanted, you need to do something to be liked, or you need to be useful so that people will like you, kind of thing. This one, and in itself, the fact of uttering the mantra 11 times will be a new beginning for you, okay? But you need to start ASAP, guys, okay? This mentality, specifically if you're young, it's a very sad situation for yourself. And I want you to understand that it's in your hands. It's in your hands, guys. I want to be the hope, but I know this is you need to face yourself. You need to want this for yourself. Okay? Use the mantra. Just say it. I mean, I know it's like you don't know what the words mean, but you have to say it in that language. Loka samasta sokhino bhavantu. That's the vibration. You need to repeat at least 11 times every night before you sleep. It's a process in itself, guys. Honestly, I'm saying it, okay? So genuinely, if you want to heal yourself, there's many ways you can do it, but we want you to initiate yourself to that process, to seek for self-love yourself, okay? Because this one is pretty hard. If you have no one around you who loves you, or no one around you who's compassionate enough, or people around you who are more like, you know, the sad truth today, it's more money is everything, okay? So status, reputation, people around you, whose daughter are you, whose I don't know, like girlfriend are you has a big impact on people and how people see you, but it has always been like that, to be honest. If they don't use you, you're not useful to them. But you're just realizing that you're not in the right community. This one, you have just not gotten out of your comfort zone. You have not seeked elsewhere where you belonged. And how you can know if you belong somewhere, first of all, you have to know what you like and seek what you like, so that you will see and find a community that are like-minded to you. They like the same things. They like the same things. They're passionate about the same things. And they see things somehow similar to you. But you need to, like, what I'm saying is, let's say it's not just one way though. Like, I'm not saying if you like painting, let's say if the community you're in or the school environment you're in doesn't have a painting club, you can go to a painting club and go there and do what you like. But it's not just with one thing that it finishes. You are much more. Okay, you have a lot of likes and dislikes. Now, you're not realizing that this environment is what you dislike. Okay, so you're gonna like find what you like, main things that you like, and invest yourself in those things that you like and in those environments that are also the things that you like. You feeling happy that you're in an environment that you are liking and you love, you will meet people who are like-minded to you and who will see value in you because you will see value in them. And there's no element of you feeling like you don't belong there. You understand? So it comes with that dynamic. This environment perhaps is really not healthy for you. Okay, wherever you are, this community environment is really not healthy for you. It's either this person is not healthy for you, this person is someone who is not right for you, this is a person who's not putting the effort towards you, and it's a person who will not start again with you. Okay, so this one, it could be many things. This one, okay, so it could be about you divorcing a person, about you not giving it another try. Now let's say it could be also you divorcing someone and you not wanting to start dating someone or not wanting to start again in this relationship. Okay, so it's in this relationship or relationships point. So for some of you, it could be that you're a divorcee or you just recently divorced someone and you don't want to date anyone and you don't see yourself dating anyone anymore. Okay, so that's one way I can read. The other one, it's more like you feel like you're not part of a community, you don't fit in a community, and you feel like in your community no one is giving you the opportunity to show yourself, no one is giving you the opportunity for you to value yourself. You know, sometimes when you're in a community, you want to give of yourself, you want to like offer of your services, but they don't give you the space to do so. It's more like that. That's why you feel like you're just an outsider kind of concept. That's why you don't want to have anything to do with them kind of thing. You understand? It's more like that. Okay, now we're gonna go with the more personal dynamic. Okay, so this one is more about you yourself. So your mind is really not in a romantic environment. Okay, so right now mentally you're not interested in romance, you're not interested in alliances, you're not interested in connections, you're not interested in community work, volunteer work, etc. Body wise, you're not interested in getting pregnant, you don't want to have a child, this one, you don't want to invest in children, you don't want to invest in an environment, you don't want to invest in anyone. Okay, so you don't want to invest in nobody. Okay, you don't want to invest in new investments kind of stuff. So this one is more like you're not interested in spending money right now, you're more in a frugal dynamic. Okay, this one, you don't want to have parties, you don't want to kind of like call friends at home kind of stuff. Okay, And spiritually, this one, it's more like right now you don't want anything to happen. So this one, you're in rest mode, okay? So for some of you, you just want to relax. You just want to take care of yourself. You just want to go through a healing process. You don't want to open your heart to anyone. You just want to chill with yourself, and that's it. Spiritually, that's also what you want. You don't want to start something new. You already have a lot on your plate, kind of thing. Okay, that's the personal reading. Now the relational. So the one in the relationship. So this one, it's you. So presently you're a divorcee, and the other person is a person who's not interested in romance. So the relationship is not gonna happen. Oh my god. So both of you are kind of like in this vibe, okay? So it's either you're divorced or you recently broke up with someone, and your other person you're here for is not gonna, he doesn't or she doesn't want to give you a try. So whichever way we're reading this, it's not gonna happen. I'm sorry, okay? I'm going more traditional, and this is what I'm feeling, okay? I'm not going more positive. I could go delusional here, but it's not delusional. We're gonna go person reading. So the fourth option, technically, it's person 1, person 2, and person 3. Okay, so person 1 technically was a person who was more their life evolved around other people, but then again, right now they're fed up with other people. Okay, though they hate people, they are fine. Like they don't know they don't care about people anymore. Okay, so I might have been a person who used to love being with people, or I hate people in general. So you'll know if person 1 used to have a very social life before, now they're going more isolated, or they're the more isolated type of person. They're either isolated as in people don't, like they were ostracized by a group of people, or they themselves isolated themselves. Okay, so they're more quiet type of person. They enter a room and they say hi to no one, kind of thing, or people, nobody says hi to them, kind of dynamic. Okay, so they're more antisocial or ostracized. Person 2 is more like a person who this one, I feel like person 2, like when you meet person 2, the impression you have of this person is that they're very simple. Okay, they don't expect anything from you, and they don't want to give you anything. They don't want you to have anything to do with them. They don't introduce themselves. Okay, so this one, it's a person that does not introduce themselves. And person 3 is occupied elsewhere. Okay, so this one is 3 people have nothing in common except for the first 2. Okay, the first 2 perhaps have nothing in common. I could read this in different ways too, perhaps. How am I gonna read this? So for some person 1 might have had an injury too. Okay, so person 1 has had an injury, and whether or not they have to go through a healing process. Okay, like the healing process is connected to the injury. Okay, and they were very known, or they were successful in their community. Person 2 perhaps might be a person that's an opportunistic thinker, but right now in this situation there's no opportunity per se. Okay, person 2 is opportunistic, but this time around in this situation they're not taking the opportunities offered to them, or they're not giving opportunities to anyone. And person 3 is already distracted elsewhere. Okay, so this is how the situation is with the 3 people. It's either that there's like a soccer player who kind of like had opportunities coming their way, but after the injury there's no opportunity coming. and the coach perhaps is not looking their way. The coach is invested elsewhere, kind of thing. Okay, so this one, it's like that. Okay, so this is all that I had for pile 3. Okay, pile 4, whoever chose the Rider deck, welcome to your reading. I hope you're all safe and healthy in this time. So guys, it might be a long process, but it's all about the things that you need to know. Okay, so I'm gonna go into 4 different aspects with the same 3 cards. Okay, so I will give you a more situational reading, as in like what's the situation presently in your life. I'm gonna go more personal on you, okay, so you'll know if it's gonna be right for you or not, like what our message is that, you know, Spirit wants you to know, kind of thing, about your mind, about your body, and about your spirit, kind of thing. Okay, and the third option, there's 4 actually. There's the third one is about relationships. So if you're in a relationship, you want to know how the relationship is going, you yourself, your person, and the relationship. And finally, the last one, technically, it's about 3 different people, and I'm just describing all 3 different people. Okay, it might be connected to each other or not, but I'm going to be reading about 3 different people. Person 1, person 2, and person 3. If you want to know what's happening in the third party, kind of thing. Okay, so you'll know. Okay. Past. Present. Okay. Near future. Oh, okay. And you have the Knight of Cups and this that came. And there's the gigolo dynamic in reverse. So there's no jiggling element, so I kind of needed the affirmation and I got it. Okay, so it's confirmation. I'm saying affirmation, but confirmation that it's not what I thought. Okay, so let's start initially with the situation. Okay, so you in the past, you in the present, and you in the near future. Okay, connected to the situation. So in the past, you were very hopeful, you were very nurturing. So basically, you were nurturing your emotions and you were grounding your emotions, okay? And you had the hope that things were going to work out. In the present moment, technically, you're putting the effort, you're putting the action, and you know, good or bad, you're going to face it, kind of thing. And in the near future, with the Page of Wands, this card, after 2 very powerful cards, it's more like there will be a time where you're kind of like, I was gonna say distracted. Can I have something more, please? Okay. You're gonna be serious about this venture because you know you have nothing to lose. Okay, this one, I'm gonna go more empowering. Okay, you have nothing to lose either or. Okay, but it's very like success oriented. We're gonna go this way. This one, it's the mentality of a very success oriented type of person, or you're doing the right steps technically. So in the past, technically, you either reflected or you worked hard or you nurtured your self-love towards yourself. So you know what your dreams are, you know what your goals are technically, and you grounded, you planted certain seeds and you're nurturing it. So you're cleansing your seeds, you're nurturing your seeds. So technically you have invested in many things that you wanted. Okay, so there's an element of fulfillment, but there's also this element of long-term fulfillment, and you have the hope that you will make it happen. In the present moment, you are definitely making it happen because you're in the vibe of self-realization. Okay, so it's a very good card to have. So you're self-realizing right now, and in the near future, you are gonna keep going at it. So you will not look at it in the form of you're not serious, because the Page of Wands is that energy of, you know, short term, short journey, excitement, and going on the adventure and technically learning from it. But then again, it's fun, dynamic. So this one, it's more like, you know, things are not going to be fun, and you know that you need to be success oriented. You know that, you know, for success, you need to go through battlefields. You will fail. So you're ready to fail kind of stuff. Okay, even though I don't have that element, but I feel like you're ready for failure. Okay, you're ready. You have nothing to lose, but you're ready for failure, technically. Okay, you have nothing to lose, you're ready for failure. But that's a very success oriented mindset. Okay, like if you want wealth, you need to take risks, right? So it's like that. And that's the situation presently that you're facing. Now we're gonna go more personal. So this one is more, the star represents your mind, the Chariot represents your body, and the Page of Wands represents your spirit. So spiritually, you know, you don't want to be immature here. So technically, you know, spiritually, that you want to take things seriously. Okay, you want to grow properly. Okay, mind wise, you have a lot of hope. Okay, so you don't know how. Okay, so overall you have a very centered mind, because for some part I'm feeling like you're nurturing your both your hemispheres of your brain. So you're taking care of your mind, you're keeping your mind active, you're reading daily, you're learning new skills daily, you're eating proper food, etc. So this one is a very healthy lifestyle that you have. Okay, mentally you're in a very healthy mind space. You see things clearly, you do have hope, and you are grounding the things that make you happy, but you're also taking care. Like this one, you have a very good, like you're balancing your hemisphere. So you're taking care of your body, and you are putting effort, and you're putting action towards your goals. This one, it's very good. With the Chariot card, very balanced, guys. Okay, so this one, whoever chose the Rider deck, bravo, guys. Okay, like very nice energy card wise. With the Chariot, the body, how the body feeling? Very balanced, very centered, very viril, very energized. You have a good amount of vitamin D. This one, you're very energetic. Okay, so it's amazing, guys. This one, it's amazing. Very, very viril people, women or men. You have your shit together, but more than that, you know how to get your shit together, but you don't need to shit. This one, it's body is a temple. You respect your body, you respect your mind, you do what is necessary for a good, healthy life. Okay, mentally, emotionally, physically. Okay, and spiritually, you know, you cannot take things for granted. This one, you don't take things for granted. And the last one, okay, last two, we have relationship. So you are the star and your person is the Chariot, and the relationship is pretty serious. Okay, so this one, it might have started off like a one night stand perhaps, but then again, it's not just a fling. This one is not slight interests. this one, it's power couple dynamic, okay? I'm going back to the same cards I kind of opened because I had the Six of Wands, okay, with the Page of Wands, but I also had the Five of Pentacles that came. So this one is, be it you are rejected or you're left out in the cold, there's this element that you're very comfortable within yourself, okay? Or both of you are really comfortable within yourself. So there's no real element of like feeling hurt that the other person is not liking or not putting the effort. Perhaps this one, it's a lot of power dynamics. So you being the Star card, you're more feminine. You could be like an Aquarius, and this person is more like a Cancer. And if it's not Cancer dynamics, Chariot is Cancer. I know it's Cancer. And yeah, so I'm gonna be following my intuition. I have the Page of Wands, which is like all fire signs could be, and I had the Six of Wands, which is fire signs also, but I also had Five of Pentacles, which is earth signs. So the main two cards I have, and since we have the Magician looking at us, Magician is the Mercury. So Mercury is Virgo, Gemini. Okay, fire signs are Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. We have the main two ones that are either you are an Aquarius and your person you're dealing with is a Cancer, or the earth signs that I mentioned were Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus, okay? But the main two ones I'm feeling, which are part of the spread here, are Aquarius. So you might be an Aquarius. Now, if you're not an Aquarius, you might have heavy placements on Aquarius. But very attractive woman, very beautiful if you're a woman. You could be a man also, you have very good looks. You do shine brighter than other people, okay? So all eyes on you, perhaps. Your person with the Chariot, it's a very like self-recognized, organized, emotionally available. I'm not gonna say emotionally available, but very adventurous. Likes to travel, likes to go on adventures, but serious, okay? So very go-getter dynamics. Your person could be like a businessman, this one. If they're not a businessman, they're either an athlete. They are like a general, okay? So overall, for some of you, I don't know what generals are today in today's life, but I would kind of feel it's more like stock markets or like real warriors in the military, perhaps. So it could be many things, okay? So you're the more feminine, gorgeous, all eyes on you, very attractive woman or man, okay? Your person is more like a general, so well respected, very firm and centered, and goes after, like, wherever they go, they're known perhaps, but they don't socialize with people that much. People know about them because of what they've done and what they've accomplished, perhaps, okay? So they have accomplished a lot of stuff. They might be famous like you are, perhaps, but both of you might give like popular vibes, but in different ways, okay? And the relationship presently, it's more like we're both serious. We are more serious. Be it we're going out or when we're in a relationship, we're more serious. But both of us are more balanced people, okay? In different ways. One is very centered and a go-getter dynamic. They overachieve. Very like recognized person, okay? Like they don't need other people to recognize them. They recognize themselves. But because of what they've done, people recognize them. They know them, technically, because of what they've done. You, on the other hand, are more known in the form of like nurturing people. Perhaps you might be like a healer, could be. Now, if you're not a healer, I'm really channeling like you're known in the arts, you're known as an artist, you're known as a dancer, you're known in your community as the very like person that's like enchanting, magical, hopeful, very innovative, there's where there's a will, there's a way. No, where there's a will, there's a way, kind of thing. So you're very will powered, kind of thing. Okay, so both of you are strong on the will. One is very focused on self-realization, the other one is more focused on healing, helping the new generation, etc. So you could be also a teacher, you. Okay, so that's how I kind of channeled this one. Okay, so that's how the relationship is looking like right now. But I feel like in the near future, technically, because it's like you both are serious, okay? It's not like a joke. This one, it's not like a fling that much, okay? It's not a fling. It's more serious than it looks, and it looks pretty successful. So the relationship looks successful, perhaps, from a third eye perspective. And with the Five of Pentacles, I didn't know how to read it, okay? I'm just gonna kind of like open a card. Okay, for the relationship's sake, I'm gonna say it's both of you are looking at each other seriously, but I feel like you're giving up on the relationship. Both of you are giving up on the relationship, because perhaps one is always gonna leave, the other one knows that it needs something more. Like, both of you know what you... Yeah. Okay. This one, you're too mature to trick each other, this one. Or you're too mature to trick yourself that, you know... I'm hearing long distance. I'm not sure if it is, but I feel like, unfortunately, this one, overall, you know you're taking each other seriously. It's not just like a fling, okay? The relationship is not just a fling, okay? It's more power couple dynamics, but somehow it's not gonna work out, okay? I'm sorry, I'm saying it like this, but I don't like to have this kind of reading, but that's the vibe I'm tapping into, okay? You will decide what you want to do, okay? Or I usually go more positive, but I try going positive, but I didn't have good cards. That's it for the relationship pile 4. Now we're gonna go with 3 different people, okay? So we're gonna go person 1, person 2, and person 3. So person 1 overall is an Aquarius, okay? She or he is very gorgeous, very attractive to the eye. Many people find them very attractive. They might be very popular, very artistic, very popular. They might have celebrity vibes to them. They're very emotionally available, very innovative, very creative, very hopeful. They represent like the dream of that community, okay? So many people compliment their looks, compliment their art, compliment their skills, etc. Okay? Person number 2 is a very rough a bit, okay? Even though they're very sensitive deep inside, they're very brooding, very strong, very viril, very self-recognized and self-realized, okay? Nothing stops them from adventure. And when I'm saying adventure, it's more like conquering their dreams, okay? So this one, it's more like a conqueror dynamics, okay? Like, I conquer the things I like. So I'm very masculine in the mindset, okay? So mind-wise, I'm very masculine. I might be a woman as I might be a guy, okay? And I'm very known in my field, okay? So I'm very wealthy because of my I don't want to say my raids, but you know, like you attacked. Okay, so this one, it's more like a treasure hunter or like a businessman, or it's like an investor. But overall, this one, it's an adventure-loving type of person. The adventure could be new ventures or new business projects around the world kind of thing, as it might be. things that they've done around the world, like they've rescued children, or they've rescued a certain general or something of the sort. I don't know, an ambassador, something of that sort. It's like a Tom Cruise Mission Impossible dynamics a bit. Okay, so the person might do very impressive things to improve themselves. So this one, it's more like a self-improving type of person, non-stop, needs always a new challenge in life. Okay, that's the type of person they are. But it's a Cancer. Okay, so it might be a Cancer, as it might be a person with heavy Cancer placements. And pile 3, person 3, I'm saying person 3. But Page of Wands in reverse, it's more like a youngster, perhaps, the younger person than the other two. Younger than the other two. And this young kid is not necessarily a player, okay? So it's a kid that's very observant, very, they like adventure, or they might not like adventure. This one. I might not like adventure, but I'm younger than the other two, and I'm less likely to indulge in passionate adventures. This one, I'm a more like a homebody type of person. It could also be like a mother, father, and kid. Could be this one. And for some of you, the relationship is long distance. It's not that it's not happening, it's long distance. Could be. Okay, so the relationship / the 3 people dynamic might be very similar. And for some of you, it's not an element of giving up. It's more like learning how to like cope with the element of letting your partner go for their trip. Okay, so it could also be that. Okay, so it's more like I'm going back to like the reading spread and the 3 different people. Okay, so it could be the same dynamic. Could be that you also have a son together, and your son is technically more like a homebody, not likely nothing like their father, perhaps. Okay, if this is the son of this person overall. Okay, so this is all I had. Okay, so as it might not be the son or the daughter, but overall this is what I understood, okay, from the spread. Okay, so that's all I had for pile 4. Now pile 5, whoever chose the Light Seers Tarot, welcome to your reading. I hope you're all safe and healthy in this time. So in this video, technically, we're doing 4-way reading, okay, of the 3 cards. Okay, so first I'm gonna be reading it in the form of the situation you're facing, you as the viewer. Second version will be same cards, but like your mind, your mental situation, your mental health, let's say, your body, physical body health, or what's happening with your body, and then your spirit dynamic, which is more like your higher self. The third version is the relationship. Okay, so if you're in a relationship, the first card will be you, the second card will be your person, and the third card will represent your relationship. And the fourth version will be more like a 3-way reading. Okay, it could be about people who are in third-party relationships, or it could be about like 3 different people you just want to ask me about, like you want to know what type of person they are, etc. It's like that. Okay, so it's gonna be 4-version reading with 3-card spread. Okay, it might be a wrong reading for each pile, each deck perhaps, but you just need to fast forward, okay, if you need to. So let me just shuffle again. You can fast forward, guys. You don't need to stay here. So, 1, you have the 10 of Swords. 2, we have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. And in the near future, we have the Magician. Okay, so first card, second card, third card. Okay. And below the deck, we have the Devil. Do we have? No, the Tower in reverse. Okay, so hard times are finished, I want to say. Angry moments are done, but like, I feel like you're devastated, or you just kind of like hustled so much that you won't see the love offer coming your way. Okay, so this one, it could be that you went through a hard time. Was not easy. So this one, it's a very like liberating pile. I wanted to say congratulations, you're able to let go of the thing that was causing you this mental obsession. Because you woke up to something. I don't know what you woke up to, but you woke up to something. Okay, so we're gonna read it in the first way, the situational, which is more like you facing the situation. So overall, with the 10 of Swords, you felt alone. Okay, so in the past you felt alone. You felt like you were taking care of everything, and you felt like these responsibilities or these burdens were kind of pulling you down. Like, you felt like you were pulled down, like you didn't exist. You felt depressed. For some of you were more like suicidal, could be. You felt like no one had your back. You felt like you were the one who was the mean person. You were the one who was like taking this one. There's a lot happening here. This one, it's either you were ego tripping, either people told you were ego tripping, power tripping, without knowing what you were going through. Okay, so this one, it's more you took on other people's burdens, or you had many people's burdens on you because people put their burdens on you. This one, there's a lot of crows. So for some part, whoever you were, perhaps you're like a tarot reader, and at some point after a while, you just realize to what point you became very sensitive. Okay, so the more you practice tarot, the more you read, the more you get accustomed to energies. You start absorbing other people's energies because you healed many things yourself, so you kind of see other people's problems. That in itself already kind of creates a lot of burdens for you. mental burdens, but there are ways you can manage those things. Okay, so you're already knowing what you need to do. You're not holding on to them anymore. Okay, you're not holding on to the pentacle, you're not holding on to the money. So for some of you, you stop giving private readings this one, and you're creating something different this time around. Okay, so for some of you, you were a tarot reader, you stopped giving private readings because you realize that like you're creating a lot more burden for yourself because you're kind of needing to trigger people without wanting to do so, but it's the only way. They need to kind of like wake up to them. But then again, you're taking the money, but you're feeling like it's not a very gratifying work. You don't have that gratification, not that much. Specifically if we're dealing with people who, you know, want us to validate things for them and want us to help them. But then again, like when you need to tap into their energy, you need to be sensitive to their energy, you kind of absorb their energy. So you yourself feel overburdened. Because you're not only dealing with your own energy, you're dealing with another person's energy, and you're dealing with, because you're being empathetic, okay? Like you're becoming the person technically. So overall, it's very burdensome, and it could definitely be like an ego death element in itself. So when there's no ego, there's that vibe here. It helps the healing process for other people, but it's I'm not gonna say devastating for the person. Now, if you're into meditation daily and you're into the arts of esoterics and all, I mean, it's a price you need to pay for it, for sure. Because it's life-changing, for sure. Because you learn this skill of being, learning what empathy is, showing compassion, healing other people. But then again, you're getting money out of them. It's like they're paying you the money and you're selling your gift, right? This type of service overall, but it's very burdensome sometimes when you can't, I'm not gonna say get rid of an energy that's stuck on you, but okay, like let me just explain it to some people that don't understand. Let's say you went to a pizza shop, okay, and you ate something and there was like a tomato sauce that dripped on your t-shirt, okay, and it's your favorite t-shirt and you used to meditate with it all the time and you used to love wearing it outside all the time, let's say, and you want to clean the t-shirt, okay, because it's done. You ate the pizza, you paid for the pizza, okay, or someone paid you the pizza, okay, so they paid you the pizza as a reward for you, okay, and you ate it, but it also stained you, okay, so you want to take the stain out of the way because the other person who paid you the pizza is happy now, okay, they don't have a stain, they don't have the stain on them anymore. Technically the stain that's on you is the stain on the other person, technically, but the person paid you the pizza and you, by eating the pizza, you became stained by that same spot, let's say. Now you usually meditate to release that stain out of your body, okay, we're going t-shirt wise, but this one it's more like you stain yourself with another person's energy. It stays on you, you have to release it, because what you did technically as a tarot reader, you sold your skills for an amount of money, okay, now after the transaction is done, the energy that you had to release, either by triggering, by making them aware of it and giving them the solution, you needed to go through that phase of understanding what you felt at that time. Now, be it might have happened to you and it's a similar situation and you've dealt with it, you give them the solution. For some of you, it's not a question of you having dealt with it. You deal with it on the spot with them because that's your job, right? It's finding the solution, giving it to them in the form of intuition, feeling your gut, using your third eye kind of thing. But you need to cleanse your third eye. You have to make sure that your body understands that whatever energy you allowed it to be open to is not its own, technically, because it will become its own if you don't release it. It's very energetic, okay? But that's how you kind of feel. You absorb their energy, you deal with the energy on the spot. But once the reading is done, the other passenger or the person who you dealt with is dealing with the situation in their life. But you absorb their energy, be it might have healed them, they might use the knowledge in a good way or bad way. It's a done situation, but you ended up absorbing that and it becoming a burden for you because perhaps you didn't have this behavior, mentality, or karma that you absorbed by interacting with the person, and you have to release it in the form of you're gonna face similar karma as the other person. So that's how you kind of see how relationships do work, okay? And it's true, like you are the person you spend the most time with, okay? So if I spend a lot of time with people who are anxious, then I will become somehow anxious if I don't know how to properly take care of my anxiety triggers. You understand? So it's like that, okay? So it's more like a mirror image. I become your mirror image, but it's service I'm selling you kind of thing, okay? So for some of you, if you were a tarot reader, like you just realized to what point, like tarot is like an ego death somehow. You don't have your own identity anymore. You don't become who you are. You have to kind of be the mirror of the people you're facing, because you have expectations that are set on you, but it's also part of the work, okay? So for some, it's like that. Now with the Ten of Swords, it could also be like, I'm not talking to tarot readers or stuff like that. I'm talking to a person who had certain gifts, let's say, but it's when you become too sensitive, you read people very easily, okay? Like you know what their expectations are from you, or you had a very like we're not gonna say narcissistic, but unhealed, codependent, judgmental parents could be, and they didn't know any better, okay? So you grow up in that kind of environment, or you had like a very strict father, or you had a very abusive father, or a very like doting father. It could vary, okay? Like there are some people that it's more like codependency and you learned it, and you feel suffocated in it. And for some of you, you didn't have it, so you don't suffocate that much, but you have some certain other like insecurity elements. It varies from one person to the other, but this one with the Ten of Swords, there's this element of you, like you felt unwanted. It's not unwanted, this one. You felt like you degraded yourself, this one. In the past, you used to degrade yourself. The point that other people degraded you. They didn't know your value. They didn't see your value. And you felt overburdened overall. Okay? Everything was put on your shoulder. You used to do everything and nobody used to work. This one, it's more like the vibe where you're the only one that works in the work environment, except like you're the only one that works. The other ones just push their work on you, and you're the one working full time. You're spending more time. You're getting more things done than other people, and you're getting paid the same salary or lower than other people. It's like that. This one, it's more like that vibe. In the present moment, how you're feeling is that you're not holding on to it anymore, okay? So you've decided to like not hold on to things anymore, okay? So this one, it's more like you're releasing. You're liberating yourself from certain tasks. You're liberating yourself from certain people. You're not doing the things that people expect you to do in your family environment. in your work environment, etc. Okay, so you're not working as much as you used to because you felt like you giving way too much of your time. People are taking you for granted. And in the near future, with the Magician, this one, I feel like if you're working less in your work environment, you're spending your time and your focus on things that you wish, and you're manipulating it gracefully. So for some of you, you will quit your job or you will keep your job, but you're not going to focus or put as much energy as you used to put in it before, because you're going to put all your energy on something that is made for you, for your future. This one, okay? So this one, you're waking up to the fact that you acting overly caring with other people, taking care of other people's businesses, workloads and all, is not necessarily serving your purpose in your life. You're not living your life for them. You're realizing that you are living your life for yourself. So you need to put all those efforts, those expectations on yourself. So when I'm saying expectations in the form of like, what are you doing for yourself? Are you working hard like you are for other people, for yourself? No. Okay, so that's what you're gonna start doing. You're gonna start working hard for yourself. This one. Okay, so this is the main situation for you guys. Now we're gonna go more personal. So mind-wise, with the Ten of Swords, you're looking at things with an ego that, okay? So for some part, your mind is exhausted, okay? Your mind is like, done. I'm done. And you know that feeling of you're done, you know you're done, finished. It's like that. That's how your mind is feeling. With your body, you're not holding on to your body, okay? So this one, it's more like there's an element you're not disciplined with your body anymore. So if you used to not buy the things that you needed to for your body, like let's say, like comfortable clothes, warm coats, or like things that are good for your body. So it could be like going to the gym and all that kind of stuff. You're no longer holding on to things, okay? So this one, it's more an element of if you used to not eat, or you used to kind of like be very strict with yourself with food and stuff like that, or you used to kind of just go with the bare minimum, you're no longer holding on to that type of behavior kind of thing, okay? So you're no longer holding on investing in things that make you happy, make your body feel better. So for some of you, going more to the spa, you're putting the money in it. You're going to the massage therapist or the whichever trainer, getting yourself a coach, getting yourself like a therapist. Could be therapist will be more for the mind, but sometimes it's good for the body too. Releasing negative thoughts is good for the body overall. And with the Magician, for spirit, it's more like your spirit is saying, look baby, you have to take care of yourself. You have all that it takes for you to get out of the situation gracefully. So we're making sure that, you're making sure that you're getting your shit together. Okay, like when I'm saying shit together, you're getting yourself healthier again. Leaving a certain place that's mentally draining and physically draining also. Okay, that's what's happening personally. Now, relational wise, so you're this Ten of Swords. The other person is the Four of Pentacles. So you're the Ten of Swords. Four of Pentacles is your person. And you have the Magician, which is the relationship. Now, relationship wise, there might be one person who's controlling the other one way more than the other one is. One person, Joe, is more emotionally centered. Okay, so overall, both of you are, I was gonna say tricking each other, but is that, for some part there might be some deception in this relationship. I wanted to go more positive, but what I got in my headspace is more negative, and because this is the Seers, the Light Seers tarot, I'm gonna follow my intuition, okay? With the Ten of Swords, you are feeling left out in the cold, or you're feeling alone in this relationship. Your person is not holding on to you, okay? So you feel unwanted, or you feel not chosen overall. And that's where there's this vibe that the relationship is overall more manipulated. There's one person who's manipulating the relationship, but okay. This one, I might trigger some people. I'm gonna say this is perhaps might be more triggering. One of you is controlling the relationship, okay? So that's the one who controls the relationship, perhaps, is you. That's why you're feeling alone here, because if you don't control your person is already not holding on to you. So that's where the deception element is here. This one, it's more like your person is, you're the chaser, they're the avoidant. You're overthinking about the situation with them. Meanwhile, they're the one who's more like not holding on to the relationship. This one, they're not kind of putting the effort, they're not communicating if you don't communicate. So this one, it's more that vibe where, you know, like you date someone and you always are the one texting them and keeping a conversation going and taking on that like position of like making sure that the communication is happening. You're the one always asking them out on a date, you're the one always kind of like coming out with something, you know, and they're just kind of like saying okay, and they always show up later, or like they end up canceling, or they don't respond to your texts, kind of stuff, okay? This one, so this one, the overall relationship could be that, you know, you have been manipulating the situation way too much. You have been manipulating the conversation, you have been manipulating the action, you have been manipulating the work in the relationship. You've been putting the work, let's say, you've been talking, you've been creating the conversations, you've been putting the actions, you've been putting the money and all, and you know, you're manipulating everything. But then again, perhaps one of you is not, you know, putting as much effort or holding on to you the way you want them to hold on to you, okay? It could be that you're putting way too much effort on them and they're not, but they're not interested. That's why they're not, but they don't know how to say I don't want. You know what I mean? Perhaps could be. So that's the vibe for you guys. You'll know, okay? So if I'm reading this the wrong way, you know, okay? So if you're a tarot reader, just read it your own way. I'm not gonna go on the positive one because I didn't feel it, okay? With the lights here, unfortunately, okay? You can read it in your own way. You're right, always. Now, person reading, so we're gonna go with the fourth version. The first one, it's gonna be, this is one person, this is one person, this is one person. So we have the initial person that's overburdened with a lot of expectations, okay? They feel very lonely, they feel very alone, they feel like everything they do, they're the only one that works hard. They take on everybody else's expectations and they make it their own. They don't have a self-identity. They only find themselves valuable if they're useful to people. Technically, they don't know what their own value is. Could be, okay? That's pile one. Pile one, I'm saying. Person one. You'll know if it's you or not. Person two is Four of Pentacles. So in reverse. Now, Four of Pentacles technically is my person that's more frugal. But coming in reverse, it's a person that does not know how to spend their money properly. Okay, so they don't know, like, sometimes they have a lot of debts, perhaps. It's more like a shopaholic. It's a person that doesn't know how to hold their financials properly. So it's more like a person that spends more than they work, or it's like a person that doesn't work enough for their needs, kind of thing, or they spend way more than their needs, or they travel more often than they can afford, kind of thing. Okay, so it's like that type of person. Okay, person two. And person three is the Magician. So we have the Magician. Now, the Magician knows how to manage its pentacles. It's more like a trickster. So the way the Magician makes their money, it could be a good way, as it could be like a legal way, as it might not be. Okay. Some might be harmful than others. Now, with the Magician, it's more like a person who is more selfish. Okay, it's a person that grew up in a different environment that they became the Magician. Okay, so it's a person that knows how to manipulate money. It's a person that knows how to steal money, how to create opportunities to perhaps steal money. It's a very good entertainer. It's a person that's a very good judge of character, so they know who they can rely on and who they cannot. It's a person that's very smooth talker. You have to be very careful. They could be liars. Okay, like they know how to deliver a lie in the form of a truth. Okay, so very good poker face. They know how to create situations, as they know how to destroy them. If they have an idea, you'll see to what point they can be creative. Okay, so it's a very mercurial type of person. It could be either a Gemini or Virgo, but I'm really feeling like a Gemini. Okay, so you'll know. Very, very intelligent person. Very active mind. And very what do you call it, business oriented, could be, but it's not only business oriented. It's a person that likes multiple sources of income. They like to enjoy themselves, etc. Okay, so that's who person three is. Okay, so you have those 4 versions of the reading. Hope it resonated. Okay, I apologize if I triggered anyone. I apologize. That's it. Pile 5. Now pile 6. Whoever chose vice versa tarot, welcome to your reading. I hope you're all safe and healthy in this time. So final pile, I'm just gonna say it. In each pile I had, for each deck technically, I had 4 versions. I'm just gonna read the spread. Okay, so 4 different ways. First one will be your situation in life, perhaps. Second will be more personal reading for you. Okay, so it's more like your mind, your body, and your spirit. Okay, that's the personal way I'm gonna be reading it. Then we're gonna go in a more relational. Okay, relational, it's more like you, your partner, and the relationship, what's happening. And the 4th way I'm gonna read it, it's more in the form of person reading. So I'm gonna read to you the 3 different people, I'm sorry. And you'll know which one you're here for, perhaps. But then again, I don't know what the fourth way will be, but I'm just kind of following the guidelines here. I chose to do it this way. It's something new, perhaps. So, past, present, oh, near future. Okay, Holy Mother. This one, you're gonna be more fixated on yourself, okay? This one, it's more self realization slash awakening to your selfish self, okay? So the ego self, okay? So the higher self could be also, they're not the same, obviously, but we're gonna read it this way. I'm just gonna check something quick, and we're ready. Okay, so let's go with the first situation. In the past, with the Four of Wands, was you always wanted to be in a happy relationship. You always knew what would make you happy. You knew what type of man or woman you liked. You know you wanted to be in a loving relationship. Right now, in the present moment, you're feeling like, okay, technically this one, you guys are single, okay? So you're more introverted, could be you're more emotional, but you don't put the necessary actions towards the man or the woman that you're attracted to, okay? I'm kind of feeling it that way, okay? It could be true as it might not be. You'll be the judge of it. But overall, in the past, you knew you wanted to be in a relationship, okay? Like in the past, you knew you were ready for a relationship. Right now, in the present moment, how you're feeling is that you kind of had options. You lost all of them. Now it's too late. Okay, like you had 3 men or women that you were interested in. And there was one person who was not interested in you. Perhaps you were holding on to that person as you might not have been. This one. It's either you felt rejected by the one you wanted, but the one you wanted didn't love you, but you had other options and you feel like it's too late for the other options too. Or you feel like you've lost everything, technically. You were rejected by the one you wanted, and that's what really is putting you down. This one. There's an element of you're feeling down. In the near future, you're gonna get very angry when you're gonna confront this person who didn't choose you or who rejected you. So you will see them, but you will be very alert, okay? So there is anger here. So in the near future, facing this situation, when you're gonna meet the person who didn't accept your love offer, you will get angry at them. But why you will be this way is because you're gonna tap into your own individuality. And you know that you are attractive, you know that you have a lot to offer, you know that you're a very fixated and successful woman, okay? But perhaps you were not enough for the other person, but you're angry at them, that you're confronting them. This one, it could be this way, as it's more like in the form of like, okay, overall, it was a missed opportunity, but for some of you, you're going to vent your anger on someone else, okay? So this one, it's more like you're, okay, it's completely normal, this one, if, you know, you're projecting your anger on someone else, or you're projecting your anger on the person. Now, for some of you, I don't think you're going to be projecting your anger on the person that didn't choose you, because overall, in the way I'm reading it, you're responsible for the element of, like, I can't say it this way because I understand this mentality. I do. But you're irritated because you were not chosen, and it's not fun. And sometimes you have to accept the fact that, you know, not everyone's gonna like you. That's a lesson in life. You have to overcome it. Not everyone will like you. Even if you were ready to be in a relationship, even if you are attractive and you're beautiful and you're successful perhaps, or you feel successful, you know that you're a good catch, but if they didn't want you, it's better that you're not with them, kind of thing. But you're angry at the fact that they didn't choose you, and you're angry at yourself that you didn't look at your other options and you focused on this one person who was not going to give you their cup of love, kind of thing. Was already a rejection element for you. As in some way, it could also be that in the present moment, this is how you're feeling in the situation, that you wanted to reject something, but it was too late already for you to reject it. Could also be that way. So it could also be in the form of, it's not about a person who rejected you. It's you wanted to reject someone, but it was too late. You didn't reject them when the time was right. So when you're going to have to show up to the situation, you're going to feel like you're angry at yourself or angry at a person, or you're going to project this anger on someone. Okay? So this is overall the dynamic. You knew you were ready for a relationship. Hence why you didn't reject a person, okay? But you knew you didn't want to. Like, you wanted to reject them, but you didn't do so. Hence why when you're going to face them, you're going to be angry at yourself, but you're going to be angry with them. Okay? So you're going to project your anger on them. This one could be that way. Okay, so there's like two different ways of reading this. It's either you were rejected by a person you wanted to be in a relationship with, and hence you were not accepted and valued as you should be. You know, this ego side of you had to be. You're gonna project your anger on somebody else, this one, or you're gonna be angry when you're gonna meet them. So you will not be attractive anymore. You know, you'll show them your dark side, perhaps. Could be. You'll know. Or you didn't want to reject them, but then again, you're angry at yourself that why you didn't reject them. You were too nice with them. But then again, you have to deal with the consequences of your actions, want or not. Okay? It's like that. That's the vibe I'm tapping into. Now we're gonna go in a more personal dynamic. So this represents your mind, this represents your body, and this represents your spirit. Okay, so your spirit is in combat mode. Okay, so your spirit is fired up somehow. Okay, so your spirit is fed up with the whole situation overall, with you, your emotions, and your mind. Okay, so your mind is in a daydream phase. So you're daydreaming and you're fantasizing, okay, mentally, about a happy ending. Body-wise, you're feeling the blues. Body-wise, you're feeling the blues. So you're feeling jet-lagged, you're sleeping most of the time, you're more like in a lower vibe mood. We're not gonna say you're sad, but you're kind of like jet lagged is the word. It's like that. And your body is fed up with this mess. Could be. Your body wants to fight, okay? So your body wants to move, your body wants to dance, your body, like your spirit wants to dance, your spirit wants to feel passion, okay? Like feel that adrenaline rush overall. I don't know why I'm reading it like this, okay? We're just gonna go with that. Now, version 3 will be relationship. So, relationship-wise, this is you, this is your person, and this is the relationship. So, it's pretty similar to the initial situation I was reading from. So you're the person who's ready for love. Your person is not ready for love. And the relationship, it's more like both of you are fighting. One of you wants to fight for the relationship, the other one doesn't. Okay, so this one, it's more like an element of you're arguing presently, you're in like separation, could be if you're married, you're kind of like thinking about divorce and stuff like that. This one, I don't know, okay? But overall, you're in a fantasy la la land. You want to fight for the relationship. Your person is in rejection mode, okay? So there's a third party and there's an Ace of Cups. So this one, it's more like your person, if they were cheating or if there was another person, they're kind of disappointed in the whole situation with the third party. Hence why there's this dynamic happening with you, okay? So it could be that you guys are in a relationship as you might not be, okay? So you're fantasizing about being with them. They're messed up or disappointed about the third party situation that didn't work out. And when you guys' relationship is more like you're angry with each other kind of stuff, or you're arguing with each other, or one person is angry at the other, okay? So this is how the relationship is happening. And the fourth version will be person 1, person 2, person 3, okay? So person 1 overall is always in their head, okay? So they're more gullible, let's say. They're more dreamy. They're more social somehow. Everything's happening in their mind though, this one. Like you see them, they're smiling alone. When people talk to them, they talk with them. Happy go jolly overall, okay? The other person is more depressed, more in the blues. It's like rain clouds on top of their head. Like that. You know those cartoons where like you see a rain, like a cloud of rain on their head and they're walking around everywhere with that? It's like that. And sometimes when it's a bit like okay, you'll see that like when people ask them questions, they'll be like they'll recall the person who either rejected them and they'll go in the sad mood again. So there's like the cloud that comes and the rain that starts pouring, you know, it's like that. It's the vibe perhaps your person's going through, and person 2 is going through, and person 3 is overall ready to fight, okay? So person 3 is always angry. Person 3 is always finding something to argue about. There's always a problem with person 3, okay? So no matter who it is, there's always a problem. Okay, so they're more fired up, they're more irritated, they always have something to say, something mean to say, kind of thing. Okay, it's more like it's like the person that if you worked in a coffee shop, it's that irritated woman or grumpy woman or man that is very mean until they get their coffee. But this one, it's not the mean one until they get their coffee to relax. They're mean like this all the time. Okay, so or they're irritated with something. Like that. Okay, so that's all I had. I hope it resonated. I hope it gave you guys the insight you seeked. And I will see you in my next video. Okay, so hope you liked it. I don't know if we'll do another one like this. It's something I wanted to try. and we'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna see how the views will be on this video, and we'll continue on from there. Okay, as I'm looking to enhance my channel a bit more. It's a pastime, definitely, but I want to make it something more than that right now in the present moment. So we're working hard on that. So I'll see you guys. Bye.